Imagine this. You wake up one morning, open your banking app, and see an extra $10,000 sitting there. It feels life-changing, doesn't it? Most people believe saving that kind of money will take years, but here's the truth. If you focus, cut the right habits, and apply specific strategies, you can get there a lot faster than you think. And in this video, I'm going to walk you step by step through how to save $10,000 fast. Some of these strategies you've heard before, but others you probably haven't. Stick with me until the end, because the last one is the one that made the biggest difference in my own life. But before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And as you're listening, drop a comment below. What's the biggest financial goal you're working on right now? All right, let's dive in. First, let's start with a mindset shift. If you think saving $10,000 is impossible, your brain will look for excuses. But if you treat it like a project with a deadline, your brain will start finding solutions. It's not about luck, it's about systems. And once you have the right system, you'll be surprised how quickly that money piles up. Here's the first step. Track every single dollar. I know it sounds boring, but you can't save what you don't measure. Imagine trying to lose weight without ever stepping on a scale. You wouldn't know if your efforts were working. It's the same with money. For the next 30 days, write down every expense. Yes, even that $3 coffee. You'll quickly notice patterns. And here's the kicker. The money leaks you'll find will surprise you. For example, I once worked with someone who swore they didn't spend much on eating out, but when we tracked their expenses, it turned out they were spending $450 a month on takeout. That's more than $5,000 a year. Just by becoming aware, they cut it in half. That's $225 a month freed up, over $2,500 a year. And guess what? That's a quarter of the way to $10,000 already. Now here's the second step, and this one builds on the first. Create what I call a forced saving system. Most people save what's left over after they spend. That's a recipe for failure. Instead, flip the script. Save first, spend later. Set up automatic transfers to a high-yield savings account the moment you get paid. Even if it's just $100 a week, you'll be shocked how quickly it builds. Later in this video, I'll share a trick that doubles the impact of this method without you even noticing the difference in your lifestyle. Trust me, you'll want to hear that one. Now the third step, kill subscriptions you don't use. Let's be honest. How many streaming services are you paying for right now? Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Prime, maybe even Apple TV or Spotify. Are you really using them all? A study found that the average person wastes over $350 a year on unused subscriptions. That's free money just leaking away. Cancel what you don't use. Better yet, rotate them. Watch Netflix for 3 months, cancel, then switch to another. You'll still see everything you want without paying for all of them at once. Moving on to the fourth step, reduce the big 3 expenses. Housing, transportation, and food. These 3 categories eat up 70% of most people's income. If you want to save big, this is where the real action is. Maybe you can house hack, rent out a room or move into a smaller place for a year. Maybe you can sell that extra car and share rides, or downsize your vehicle to one that doesn't kill you with insurance and gas. Or maybe, just maybe, you can meal prep at home and cut restaurant dining in half. I personally know someone who saved $600 a month just by moving from a trendy apartment downtown to a slightly older place 15 minutes away. That's over $7,000 in a single year. Think about that for a second. And now, step 5. Increase your income streams. Look, cutting expenses is powerful, but there's only so much you can cut. On the other hand, your income, that has unlimited potential. Start a side hustle, pick up freelance gigs, or sell items you don't use anymore. I'll give you a challenge. Walk around your house and find 5 things you haven't used in 6 months. List them online tonight. That could bring in a few $100s immediately. But here's the exciting part. Later in this video, I'll share a side hustle idea that most people ignore, but it can bring in thousands of extra dollars a month if you stick to it. Keep watching for that. Now, step 6. Master the art of delayed gratification. Here's what I mean. Before you buy anything non-essential, force yourself to wait 72 hours. Often, the urge to spend disappears. I used to do this with Amazon purchases. I'd add them to my cart, then leave them there. After 3 days, I'd realize I didn't actually need half of it. That trick alone saved me hundreds each month. Imagine redirecting that into your savings instead. Step 7. Use windfalls wisely. Most people treat bonuses, tax refunds, or unexpected money like free cash to blow. But if you apply a different mindset and put 80% of every windfall into savings, you'll accelerate your $10,000 goal dramatically. Think about it. If you get a $2,000 tax refund and you stash $1,600 of it, you're suddenly that much closer without even changing your lifestyle. I'll explain later how you can use a windfall matching trick to double your progress. You don't want to miss that one. Let's talk about step 8. Downgrade without shame. Too many people stay broke because they're trying to look rich. Driving a luxury car, buying designer clothes, eating at expensive restaurants, it doesn't make you wealthy. It makes you broke. Do the opposite. Drive a simple car, wear classic basics, and cook at home. Remember, the richest people often don't look rich. They let their bank accounts do the talking. I once drove a 15-year-old car even when I was making 6 figures. Friends laughed. But you know what? That car helped me stack cash while others were stuck in car loans. Step 9. Gamify your savings. Saving can feel boring unless you turn it into a challenge. Try a no-spend weekend. Or set a savings challenge like the 52-week challenge where you save $1 the first week, $2 the second, all the way up to $52. By the end of the year, you'll have almost $1,400 saved without even noticing. Better yet, compete with a friend or spouse to see who can save more each month. Friendly competition makes it fun, and fun keeps you consistent. And finally, step 10. Invest your savings in the right place. Here's what I mean. Saving $10,000 is amazing, but if it just sits in a regular savings account earning 0.01% interest, you're losing money to inflation. Instead, stash it in a high-yield savings account or, better yet, short-term investments that grow faster but still keep your money accessible. The trick is to let your money work for you, not against you. And here's the full circle moment. Remember earlier when I teased the method that doubles your forced savings system? Here it is. Every time you automatically transfer money into your savings, set up a matching rule. For every dollar you save, cut $1 of unnecessary spending. This doubles your progress because you're saving more while spending less. That's how you hit $10,000 faster than you thought possible. Now let me recap quickly. Track your expenses, set up forced savings, cut subscriptions, tackle the big 3 expenses, increase your income, delay gratification, use windfalls wisely, downgrade without shame, gamify your savings, and invest in the right places. 10 steps. Simple, but powerful. And here's the most important part. Don't just watch this video and do nothing. Pick one step today, just one. Cancel a subscription, transfer $50 into savings, list an old gadget online. Small moves compound into massive results. Before you go, do me a favor. Hit that like button if this was valuable for you, subscribe if you're serious about reaching financial freedom, and share this with someone who needs encouragement right now. And let me know in the comments, which of these 10 steps are you going to start today? Because here's the truth. Saving $10,000 fast isn't just about money. It's about building the discipline and systems that will serve you for life. And once you've done it once, you'll know you can do it again and again. That's when you stop living paycheck to paycheck and start building real freedom. I've got another video coming up on the best side hustles to make $500 a day. So if you want to supercharge your savings even faster, make sure notifications are on. I'll see you in that one. Most people think you need to make a ton of money to save $10,000 fast. That's the biggest myth. The truth is, it's not just about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And later in this video, I'll share a secret framework that turns even a small income into a powerful savings machine. So keep watching. Now, let's go deeper into strategy number 2. Automating your savings. Think about it. If you never see the money, you can't spend it. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account the moment your paycheck hits. Even if it's just $50, $100, or $200 every week, that's hundreds or thousands over the months without you even lifting a finger. Here's the mental hack. Treat your savings like a bill. You'd never skip rent, right? You'd never ignore your electric bill. So don't ignore your future bill, your savings. Pay yourself first. But here's something even bigger, and we'll talk about this in detail later. If you combine automation with a high-yield savings account or a money market account, you're not just saving, you're letting your money grow while you sleep. Imagine hitting $10,000 faster, not just because of discipline, but because of interest working in your favor. We'll come back to that later, but it's a game changer. Now, strategy 3. Cutting invisible expenses. These are the ones that sneak into your budget without you realizing. Subscriptions you never use, that daily coffee run, or those little $10 or $20 impulse purchases. They don't seem like much, but add them up over a year and you could be looking at thousands. Here's a challenge. For the next 30 days, track every single dollar you spend. No excuses. Write it down or use a simple app. At the end of the month, you'll see patterns, and trust me, you'll be shocked at how much is slipping through your fingers. Later in this video, I'll share with you the exact tool I use to track and cut unnecessary spending. It's like holding a mirror up to your financial habits. And remember, if this video is helping you already, hit that like button, drop a comment with your savings goal, and don't forget to subscribe. Not only does it help this channel grow, but it keeps you motivated and connected to people who are on the same financial journey as you. Now, let's talk about a powerful technique most people overlook: the side hustle multiplier. Saving money is one part of the equation, but what if you could actually make more money specifically dedicated to savings? Think about driving Uber, doing freelance work online, selling things you don't use, or even learning a skill you can monetize quickly. Here's the trick. Every dollar you earn from your side hustle should go straight into your savings account. It doesn't even touch your spending money. And let me tease you with this. Later in this video, I'll reveal a real-world example of someone who went from saving almost nothing to banking $10,000 in under 6 months without making 6 figures. You don't want to miss that story. Now, let's pause and imagine this. You wake up 6 months from now, log into your account, and see 5 figures staring back at you. How would that feel? Less stress? More freedom? Maybe a down payment on a car, an emergency fund, or even seed money for a business. That's what we're working toward. And by staying to the end, you're going to have the exact roadmap. Next up, we're diving into strategy number 5. The No Spend Weekend Challenge. One weekend every month, commit to spending nothing. Cook at home, enjoy free activities, go for a walk, read, hang out with friends without spending money. You'll be amazed at how much you can save just by being intentional for a couple of days. Plus, it resets your habits and shows you that fun doesn't always have to come with a price tag. And coming up in a few minutes, I'll share the one money habit that literally doubled my savings in a year, but almost no one talks about it. Keep watching. Listen, now let's jump right into strategy number 6, Meal prep and smart grocery shopping. This one is massive. Most people underestimate how much money they leak at restaurants and random grocery trips. If you can commit to prepping meals at home, even just 4 to 5 times a week, you can save hundreds every single month. Here's the pro tip. Make a meal plan, shop with a list, and never go to the store hungry. That one mistake alone, shopping hungry, can drain your budget fast. Later in this video, I'll share a sneaky little grocery trick that saved me nearly $3,000 in 1 year without changing what I eat. It's that powerful. So keep watching. Strategy 7. The 24-hour rule. Anytime you want to buy something that isn't an absolute need, wait 24 hours. If you still want it tomorrow, maybe it's worth considering. Most of the time, you'll forget about it, which means you just saved that money instead of wasting it. The reason this works is because it separates emotion from logic. Impulse spending is the enemy of fast savings. Strategy 8. Upgrade your environment. Surround yourself with people who are serious about money. If your friends are always out partying, shopping, or spending recklessly, you're going to get dragged into that lifestyle. But if you spend time with people focused on building, saving, and creating opportunities, their habits will rub off on you. Later in this video, I'll tell you the story of how changing my circle completely changed my bank account. Strategy 9. Cut transportation costs. This is a big one that most people ignore. Car payments, gas, insurance, these can eat up a huge part of your budget. If you can, drive a paid-off used car instead of financing a flashy new one. Use public transportation or even bike short distances. Imagine redirecting $400 a month from a car payment straight into your savings. That's nearly $5,000 a year. Strategy 10. Create a money vision board. It sounds cheesy, but visual reminders work. Print out a picture of $10,000, a vacation, or whatever your savings goal is. Put it where you'll see it every day. It keeps your goal alive and reminds you why you're making sacrifices. Now let's circle back to that grocery store trick I mentioned earlier. Here it is. Shop wholesale and freeze portions. Instead of buying food every few days at premium prices, buy in bulk once a month. Freeze meats, prep meals, and reduce waste. Not only will you save money, but you'll also save time. This one shift took my food expenses from $600 a month down to around $350. That's over $3,000 in a single year. Money that went straight to savings. And remember that story I promised? Let me share it with you. One of my subscribers, Sarah, emailed me. She was living paycheck to paycheck, barely saving $50 a month. She applied just 3 of these strategies: automating her savings, picking up a small side hustle, and cutting subscriptions. In just 6 months, she went from $0 to $10,400 saved. No lottery ticket, no magic trick, just consistent habits. Now, let's talk about something most people avoid. Emergency funds. You need one. Here's why. If you don't have money set aside, every emergency becomes debt. A flat tire, a medical bill, a broken laptop, they'll hit you when you least expect it. Saving $1,000 first as a cushion and then pushing toward $10,000 keeps you from sabotaging your own progress. The psychology of saving is just as important as the strategy. If saving feels like punishment, you won't stick with it. So gamify the process. Set mini challenges. No spend week. Save every $5 you get. Or round up every purchase and save the difference. These little games keep it fun and keep you engaged. Now here's the habit that doubled my savings in 1 year that I promised earlier. Increasing my savings rate every quarter. Every 3 months, I would add just 1% more of my income to savings. If I started at 10%, I'd go to 11%, then 12%, then 13%. It was gradual enough that I barely felt it, but after a year, I was saving way more without feeling deprived. That's how you build momentum. We're nearing the end, but I want to make sure you have the full roadmap. So let's recap the action plan. 1. Track your spending. 2. Automate your savings. 3. Cut invisible expenses. 4. Start a side hustle. 5. Try no-spend weekends. 6. Meal prep and shop smart. 7. Use the 24-hour rule. 8. Upgrade your environment. 9. Cut transportation costs. 10. Keep your vision alive. If you do even half of these, you'll see progress. Do all of them? That $10,000 will come faster than you think. So, here's my final challenge to you. Set a date. Write it down. By this date, I will have $10,000 saved. Put it on your fridge, your mirror, your phone background. Because if you don't give your money a mission, it will always disappear. Before you click away, do this. Smash the like button if you got value today. Drop a comment with your exact savings goal and subscribe for more videos that will help you build wealth step by step. And share this with a friend, because saving money is always easier when you're not doing it alone. And remember, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. Go make that move, start stacking those dollars, and watch your life change. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.